Pasqualies pizza here. All the alongside color head coach Danny, still kind of delayed for doing what head coach doing. Bearcat again, here for Pasqualies pizza coming for you and the players all the time. Talk about previous games, upcoming games, good different. Want to take a moment and get into talking about last week at York Ridge, talking about it coming up. I want to look back on what you saw the workouts. Talking about
since last season, this process.
Information and kind of really pinpoint things. And I think it's been, for me, it's been an easier year because just from handling administrative stuff to everything you have to do as a head coach. I think Kirby Smart said it best where they asked him how prepared he was to be a head coach. And this guy's worked for Nick Saban for years. And he said about 85% of it he had to learn on the job because it's not the football stuff you've got to learn. It's everything else that you have to learn to do. and just learn how to interact with all the other people around you, from administration to the janitor staff. And there's so much that goes into it that I was just way more comfortable with, and just kind of knowing who to go to, when to go to them, and how to figure things out and how to get things done quicker. So that whole process has been streamlined compared to last year.
Who has turned your head over summer and fall, coming out of spring? Somebody who you might have thought might not be one to step up, but did step up, is going to have a leadership role or a starting role or a big role this fall.
Oh, I mean, that could be a list of guys. The first guy that comes to my head as someone that's really stood out to me is a guy you get to talk to here in a minute, Preston Gay, who will be our starting quarterback. He's the last about 3 or 4 weeks since we went to Gaston for an OTA. It's like a light switch has come on, and he's just way more comfortable playing quarterback. He's very decisive. We throw about every single thing we can at him on defense, and he got to the point where he can see it all and he can know where to go with the football. And that's really where in this game it starts. It starts with your quarterback, and then your offensive, defensive line obviously are a huge key. And if you're good at those 3 spots, you're going to have a good football team. And I've just been super impressed with Preston. Even when he makes mistakes, he's not down on himself. It's the way he kind of carries himself and the way he goes about his business. I've been really impressed with Preston, and I know he hadn't started a lot of games or played a lot of varsity football at quarterback. He's going to make some mistakes, but you have to have the right mindset to be able to handle that adversity in football. And he's definitely got that, and I can't wait to see his growth throughout the season. The more game reps he gets, it's just going to get better and better every week for him.
Looking over the roster for the 24 season for you, Coach, I see 68 players on varsity. You have 33 freshmen.
Yep.
Then if you go down to 7th and 8th grade, there's 33 and 46. There's 180 kids coming up in this program that are going to be feeding into your program for the next few years. Just talk about the program that we have in our middle school leading to the freshmen in the JV as well.
Yeah, and I think it really starts, with the Bearcat League and the Cyclone League, all the way up to Coach Turner does a great job at the middle school. It's like you said, he has what? How many people did you say he has out in the middle school? I knew it was around
79.
70. Yeah, 79. So he does a great job getting people out to football, and that's keeping them out. And then it's my job to kind of transition them to high school and make sure they come up and they're playing for us too. So I just kind of try to build on what he does from keeping the guys out there, and then it's really great from administrative and standpoint down. The whole school, it's great how we have so many good coaches, Coach Stu, Coach Patterson, everybody that's here, kind of they're like-minded to you. So you get all these guys out here, and then you gotta figure out where they fit and where they kind of all piece together. And the good thing about the class, especially the young guys, I think they fit together. What you don't have in one class, you have in the other, and that's really what you need in 6A football. You need the classes to complement each other, and I think we have that. And we have some really good young players, 9th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade, that we're just looking to develop them and kind of take the success they've had and run with it.
Talk a little bit about Northridge last week. We got freshmen in the ball game, late in the game, varsity early on. Talk a little bit about last week down in Tuscaloosa.
I thought last week was interesting because I put zero preparation into them. I didn't want to waste a day worrying about them and not worrying about Bob Jones or kind of worrying about what we do. So it was an interesting dynamic to go into a game and have so many mystery. Usually I'm dialed in on what the other teams are doing, and I watched about a day of film on them. I think we had a walkthrough with about 12 plays of what they did, and so that was a whole process of it was a little in the dark for me. So but I wanted it to do that way because I knew the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the same thing I told the kids. We're going to be 0-0 at the end of this game. I'm not really worried about it. I want to get better this week and make sure that we're building up to the real game one. So it was kind of a warm-up, a tune-up for us, and a lot of people got to play. So that was a really good thing. And especially getting those freshmen out there, getting the JV guys, the varsity guys got their reps in the first half. It was hot. Tuscaloosa is a hot place. I've worked there before, and it's an extremely hot place. It was very hot when we started that game. it was just good to get out there and hit somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I think we were about to the point where we're sick of hitting each other. So that was probably the most positive part of it. And then, having that growth from game 1 to game 2 is a big deal. So getting to play a fall jamboree kind of lets you do that before game 1. Your game 2 is actually game 1. So that was a positive for us. I had fun. I enjoyed it. We made some mistakes and we got those corrected, and we're ready for this week.
Bob Jones is tomorrow night up there in Madison. We'll visit more with head coach Danny Stiff and talk about tomorrow night's game coming up at Bob Jones tomorrow night. I'll let you go visit and get you some dinner. And coming up next, we'll be visiting with Preston Gay and Ben Conway. We are in the Bearcat Den at Pasquali's Pizza here on Highway 31 in Coleman. We're live on Coleman's Live 95.5 FM. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you've got the camera right there showing us. You can join us on Facebook Live as well. We're going to try to upload these to YouTube as well, so you can always go back and watch them later on down the road. It is the Bearcat Den live from Pasquali's Pizza. Back in a moment.
We've spent a lot of time on this. The investigation is finally over. We uncovered several leads, and we have finally found it. We have found what every small business in Coleman has been looking for. Fiber optic quality internet is here. Utilizing cutting-edge radio technology, Cyber Broadband is now able to offer fiber optic quality internet in the immediate downtown Coleman area and most Coleman industrial parks. More information is available by calling Cyber Broadband, 256-734-1077, 256-734-1077, or on the web at cyberbroadband.net.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service.
In the game of mortgages, experience matters. Meet Josh Phillips, a veteran with over 13 years in the mortgage industry. As a leader in the local mortgage community, Josh is more than just a lender. He's a partner who believes in making an impact. At Impact Mortgage Group, they're not just making mortgages. They're making a positive impact on borrowers and our community. You can experience the difference too with Josh Phillips at Impact Mortgage Group.
I'm Josh Phillips of Impact Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920, and I'll show you how my experience can help impact your next home purchase.
NMLS number 338177.
Hey, Coleman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Coleman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. Buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Coleman, just like you. So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Coleman Community Radio, powered by Coleman's Live 95, is your home for Friday Night Live. Nobody covers more high school football in Coleman County than Coleman Community Radio, powered by Coleman's Live 95. Go to your favorite app store and download the Coleman's Live 95.5 app. Then select the channel of the game you want to hear. Thursday night, hear Coleman at Bob Jones. And Friday, hear Pisgah at Fairview, Haleyville at West Point, or Good Hope at 5. Visit live95coleman.com for more information on channel assignments, this week's schedule, and to grab our mobile app. Coleman County High School Football on Coleman's own Live 95.
Welcome back into the Bearcat Den, live from Pasquale's Pizza here on Highway 31 in Coleman. Hope you're enjoying your evening here at Pasqualies, and thank you for listening to us tonight on 95.5 FM, or some of you may be watching us on our Facebook Live video feed. Glad to have you along for the inaugural night of the Bearcat Den here from Pasquali's Pizza. We're going to be here every Wednesday night from 5:30 until 6:30 talking Bearcat football. We'll talk about the previous week's games. We'll talk about the game coming up, and we invite you to come by and join us here at Pasquali's Pizza, or if you can't make it here, you can join us on Facebook Live or on the radio. Joined again by Coleman head coach Danny Stiff and also Preston Gay and Ben Conway. Gentlemen, thanks for coming by the Bearcat Den.
Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting us.
First off, I had Coach talk a little bit about summer workouts and fall. Preston, I'll go to you and get your opinion and thoughts on summer and fall workouts so far.
Yeah, I mean, we've been good. I've been developing as a quarterback myself, but also the offense and defense. Fall camp was rough. I mean, we went 6 days a week, a lot of hard work. But yeah, I mean, I think we're looking good. We've been prepared for the season for a while now, but yeah, we're looking really good.
Ben, your thoughts? Same question to you, sir.
During the summer, we had Coach Esmond, our strength and conditioning coach. I mean, he really pushed us, and really we got the best versions of ourselves on both sides of the ball, and then headed into fall camp. I mean, we were just in full stride all summer going into the fall, and I mean, we just kept building, and every day we just kept stacking days, and we got a lot better.
Talk about, Preston, what you've learned and what your team has learned that you've seen going from your spring game now to one game this fall.
We've developed a lot since the spring game. We've got a lot more plays in. Defense has a lot more coverages. I've developed myself. The whole offense has. We've gotten a lot better. And this game we weren't prepared. We didn't really watch much film or anything on Northridge. We kind of went in and kept it short and sweet. But even though, I mean, we didn't get the win, I still think we did good as a team.
Ben, same question to you, sir. The biggest growth that you've seen in your team and your teammates from spring to the game last week?
I'd probably say definitely communication on just relaying the calls, and then knowing, I mean, I play middle linebacker, but like I got to know other people's positions too, and I think that it really helps when you have your safeties helping your corners and your corners helping your safeties, so the communication across the entire defense, and then just from the tempo from practice to playing against Northridge, I mean, it picks up, so we got to experience that headed into Bob Jones, so we're kind of already more game ready than we were last year against Marshall.
Yeah, these are both my quarterbacks. I got defensive quarterback, offensive quarterback. Yep. That's about how that works.
And you've got to have one on both sides of the ball. Two good ones to have with us tonight. Preston, talk about the offense a little bit. You're going to be in really your second year in Coach Stiff's system. Last year you ran some quarterback, ran some receiver. Talk about taking the role at quarterback this fall and how it's changed for you from year one to year two.
Year one as a quarterback, I didn't play my sophomore year. I came in my junior year because Tanner Gaines got hurt. So I kind of got thrown in. I did my best to try and develop. I think I did all right until Tanner got back. But I've gotten a lot better since last season to this season. I've gotten a lot more work, a lot more reps, a lot more knowledge on defenses, coverages, plays. But yeah, I've been in the weight room, gained a lot of weight, gotten a lot stronger. But yeah, I feel really good about this season as quarterback.
Ben, same to you, sir. Learning the defense from year one now to year two.
Well, year two, I was a junior, and it kind of just got all thrown onto me to help pretty much set the tone for the defense of that year. And it was all new to us, which was good to an extent, but it was kind of limited to what we had. And then this year, I mean, it's like we never left off. We just kept the same playbook. Pretty much the guys, we haven't really had anybody change to, like, especially like body types. I mean, like, we have a guy for every position that fits that position, and so we just picked up where we left off, and like with our playbook, we just expanded that. So,
Coach, I'll kind of pose the same question to you from year one to year two. Talk about your team's development.
Oh, everything's different to me. I think they're more comfortable with just everything we do year round. They're more comfortable with the schemes because it was a dramatic change from what we did on offense and what we did on defense to what we do now. And there was a lot to learn. There really was for everybody. I mean, and I think that the there's so much familiarity, and the fact that they've been through a season in the system really helps. And you can kind of say like, hey, this is coming or this is coming, and 16, 17, 18-year-old kids really don't believe you until they see it for themselves. Like, they see it play out for a season. And, I think they know now when we say that you got to do this because somebody will do this to you, or you got to do that because you'll see this. They really wholeheartedly know that, and they believe that. And they do a great job of just, we can only do as much as they can handle, and we do a lot. So that's a testament to them and really all the players and just how smart they are. I think that's a big thing about. I couldn't be able to coach a non-smart football team. I think I'd get a little bored. I really do. So I enjoy having smart players because we can do a lot more. And I want to do a lot more because you see something that you see offenses or defenses and you want to attack it a certain way. If they can't handle that load and they can't handle all the different stuff you want to do, it really limits you on how many tools you got in the toolbox. So the more tools you got in the toolbox, the more problems you can solve, and the easier it is to kind of troubleshoot throughout the season. And when you see different schemes and different offenses and defenses, you got ways to attack that and kind of take advantage of their weaknesses. And the more they can do, the more we're going to do. So it'll keep building throughout the year. It's not going to stop now.
And to build off of that, last year, like what I said earlier, we just didn't have the playbook. And also, it was kind of on me. Coach Stiff was new to me. The whole thing was new. And so during the game, just relaying the call, sometimes I would mess it up. And then I feel like this year in practice in the Northridge game, that rarely happens. And so I feel like we're just a lot more confident in getting the play in, and we can do more with that. And if there is a problem, I feel like just me and all the coaches, we have a relationship to where I just come up to them and I'd be like, hey, this is what's happening, and how can we fix that? Or if I'm not getting the call in quick enough, like I'm going to tell the coach that I'm not too scared to go up and because I want this to run as smooth as possible.
When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Bob Jones tomorrow night. We'll continue visiting with Coleman head coach Danny Stiff, Preston Gay, and Ben Conway. We'll look ahead to Bob Jones tomorrow night. We're live in the Bearcat Den at Pasqualies Pizza here on Highway 31 in Coleman, live on Coleman's Live 95 Radio, live on Facebook Live as well. You still got time to come down here and join us live at Pasqualies tonight. And then tomorrow night, the big game, Bearcats and Patriots. You'll actually hear that game right here on Coleman's Live 95. Dylan Deemert and his team will be in Madison broadcasting Bearcats and Patriots tomorrow night here on Coleman's Live 95 as we kick off season 11 of high school football here on Coleman's Live 95. More in the Bearcat Den when we come back here on Coleman's Live 95.
Coleman Electric Cooperative's mission is to make life better in the communities we serve. That starts by providing reliable, affordable electricity, while our Sprout Fiber Internet service delivers blazing fast broadband internet to homes, schools, and businesses. Coleman Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who work hard every day to make their families and community proud. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powerful connections, brighter future.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tisha Brewer right here in Coleman could switch you over and you could start saving today. Tisha and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tisha Brewer, it's easy to switch and save.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point Bank, member FDIC.
You know, we have one of the coolest places right here in Coleman. It's Cleaning and More Coleman on County Road 437. Cleaning and More Coleman has reliable and professional residential and commercial cleaning services tailored to your needs. And I know because we use Cleaning and More Coleman at the Warhurst Team Realtors for our buyers and sellers. Cleaning and More Coleman is more than just cleaning supplies. They have janitorial supplies like trash can liners of all sizes, cleaning supplies, mops,
mops, brooms, paper towels, they have it all. Plus concession stand and restaurant supplies like cups, cutleries, plates, to-go containers, bags, straws, nacho trays, even popcorn bags. Cleaning and More Coleman has it all. Need climate control storage? How about 10 by 10, 10 by 15, and 10 by 20 units? And they even have the U-Haul trucks to carry your stuff. You can check them out at cleaningandmorecoleman.com. You can get info at cleaningandmorecoleman.com. Or the way I like, you can dial them up at 256-736-9944. 256-736-9944. Cleaning and More Coleman. County Road 437. Under the big white sign with the U-Hauls. Are you ready to make your next move in Coleman? Hi, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Angela. We're not just realtors, we're a family dedicated to helping yours.
We're not just about buying or selling property. We're about building connections within our community.
From local schools to charity events, we're active because we care about Coleman.
When you use us, you're not just getting one realtor, you're getting a team working around the clock for you.
With our experience and expertise, we'll guide you through every step of the process.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at Hagamore Realty Group.
We make it happen, you make it home.
Back into the Bearcat Den from Pasquali's Pizza here on Highway 31 in Coleman. I'm Tommy Warhurst on Coleman's Live 95 and on the Coleman's Live 95 Facebook page as well. Thank you for joining us this afternoon in our inaugural launch of the Bearcat Den here on Coleman's Live 95. I'm joined by Coleman head coach Danny Stiff, Ben Conway, and Preston Gay. We're talking about summer workouts and things over the season leading up to last week and this week. Now we're going to talk a little bit about tomorrow night, Coach. Bob Jones, Patriots. They're coached by Kelvis White. He's in his 5th season there. He's 18-25. They were 5-6 last year, kind of like we were. Talk a little bit about Coach White's Patriots.
Watching, they got a lot of players back from last year. And, you turn on the tape, you see pretty quickly they've got some good athletes. And they've got a new offensive coordinator over there, so that's a little bit of a change up. So there's a little bit of unknown. They kind of changed what they did defensively a little bit. So there's a lot of unknowns, and that's every year going into game one. Honestly, you just try to prepare for everything is about what we've done. We kind of took what our weaknesses were last year because we know they had that film, and kind of anticipate what they're going to do, but you never really know until you get out there. So as much as we're ready for what we think they're going to do, we're also just as ready to make adjustments on the fly and be ready to kind of tweak things as the game goes along. So there's a lot of preparation that's gone into this. We've worked a lot on Bob Jones since probably June. I would say we've been working on Bob Jones here and there. We really worked on a lot of our opponents, but mainly them. And, I'm just really looking forward to they're a big school, 7A. They've made the playoffs. I don't know when the last time they missed the playoffs was. So I'm just excited for the opportunity. I wanted a game one that was going to challenge us and give us something to look forward to in the offseason, gives you something to work for every day. And kind of see where you are as a team, and wherever that stands, we'll see where we are, and we'll improve from there. So that's the big thing is to go out and be challenged, and to have great competition, and to see where you are as a football team, and see where it goes from there.
Ben, without giving away our defensive advantage, talk a little bit about defensive preparation for Bob Jones.
Like Coach said, we've been preparing for them for a while, and, we've had some really good scout periods with our freshmen, and we just push them to be the best they can be to help us. And, we kind of know what to expect, but, it is week one, so we don't know exactly what type of offense they're going to run. So, like Coach said, we got to be ready to make some changes to our defense and just adapt during the game.
Preston, from an offensive standpoint, where do you think you guys will excel tomorrow night?
From what I've seen, they run a different type of front. They rush 3 and then bring 2 backers, either inside or outside. So which means the pass game is going to be wide open. So I'm hoping to throw for a lot of yards. But
me too. Yeah, I'll take that.
They do have a lot of athletes, but I think maybe we can outsmart them in the offensive scheme standpoint. But yeah, I'm excited about it, confident.
Talk about some of your playmakers. Talk about some of your teammates who you want to connect with in the air, or who's going to be toting the rock for you this fall.
First of all, I'm going to say Cooper Ogstad. That's my tight end. He's around 6'4", 200 pounds. He's just a crazy athlete. He's super quick, runs like a 4.6. But yeah, I'll be getting the ball to him a lot. Toting the ball, we got Cooper Lofton. He's new this year. He's just a monster. He's an athlete too. He's around the 4.6 standpoint too. But yeah, he's a dog. I mean, and then I'm also getting to play with my brother this year. He's a starting wide receiver. He's an athlete. He's really quick and shifty, so I'm hoping to get the ball to him. And overall, the whole offense, I'm excited. My whole O-line, they're looking awesome this year. Hudson Wilhite, Asher Drake, he's a new baseball player we added. He's an athlete. He's really quick, super quick. Great hands. But yeah, I'm excited. We'll be good.
Ben, from a defensive standpoint, brag on some of the defensive hogs up front there in front of you.
Well, we got J.C. Patterson, number 7. He's a defensive tackle for us. I mean, he played last year, and he was an impact last year. And just in the offseason, I mean, he got a lot bigger. And so he's really going to shine this year. And we have Mac Dumas. He didn't play as much last year, but he's
a beast too.
Yes, he is massive.
Oh, yeah.
So him coming off the edge, I mean, he's going to make a big impact for us and make my job easier, too.
Talk about the guys playing behind you back there in your secondary who want to be picking off some passes or putting some nice licks on receivers.
Yes, sir. We got Chance Hostler and Tyler Brock. Those are the two juniors coming back. And, I mean, they did pretty good last year. And, I mean, going to the 7-on-7s and the OTAs, I mean, they really excelled. And we got Jackson Stallings, who's just going to he's going to come down and he's going to lay the wood to somebody. It's going to be pretty bad. And we got William Collicott playing the other corner, and, man, he's about as fastest one on the team.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he had a pick 6, and nobody's going to catch him. So, and I also got Cam Myers beside me. He played safety last year, and, I mean, he's a dog. I mean, he's a big boy. So, I mean, he's going to be causing a lot of ruckus in the backfield, and he's also pretty quick, so he could be getting some picks.
I'm going to let you guys go eat here in just a second, but before we do that, talk to the people of Coleman. Talk to the Bearcat fans on what you need at Bob Jones tomorrow night, and then more importantly, too, what we need here when you come home the next week at Oliver Woodard Stadium.
Well, I need everybody in the city at Bob Jones tomorrow. We got a white out in the student section. Heck, we need the whole stadium wearing white. I need everybody there, everybody hype. It'll just boost our confidence, help us get the dub. Ben?
Yes, I mean, if we can control the atmosphere of the game, I feel like we can. If we do our job on the field, I think that our fans will back us up. And I'll just go back to the Decatur game last year. We had a fourth and goal line stand. I mean, that was the most hype. I mean, we had everybody on the fence for us. I mean, it was my favorite experience so far, and just the fans. I mean, they make a really big impact. So having as many people out there wearing white, it's a big impact for us.
Fans and students, you heard it from Preston and Ben. If you've ever been on a field, you know how important it is. I'm getting goosebumps now talking about it. You know how important it is to have people in the stands hollering and cheering for you and giving you an advantage against your opponent. That's one thing that you can get an advantage on in ball games is your fan base. I'm going to let you guys go eat real quick. First, Preston, most embarrassing moment in a football game that we can talk about on the radio?
Probably first game against Mars Hill, throwing 3 interceptions. It doesn't look good on my resume there, but I've gotten a lot better.
I think we all took lumps in that game.
Yeah, that was a rough game.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Ben, the go-to junk food for you?
Go-to junk food? Oh, man, I'm not
really big. Everything. That's a big boy.
Nah, I'm not really big into junk food, but, I mean, I love Doritos. I'll tear up some Doritos. Nacho cheese.
Gentlemen, thanks for coming by. As being our player guest in the Bearcat Den, both of you get a brand new Coleman's Live 95 T-shirt,
like that.
courtesy of Goatee Spring Printing. So, Ben and Preston, thank you guys for coming by and joining us. We'll see you in the Bearcat Den next week, and we'll see you at Bob Jones tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having us.
Ben Conway and Preston Gay here, seniors for the Coleman Bearcats. They'll be on the field tomorrow night. Go ahead, Coach.
Just to add to that, to the people out there in Coleman, it helps these guys tremendously. You get tired at certain points in the game, and the more fan support you have, it kind of keeps you going. And on top of that, these guys deserve for you to come support them. They work so hard, incredibly hard, year round, and they deserve your support. and just come out there and cheer these guys on, because they're representing the city, the school system, and it means a lot to them for people to show up, and they deserve it 100%. If anybody does, they do.
If we can have a huge fan base in Madison tomorrow at Bob Jones and then carry that over back here to Oliver Woodard Stadium the next week, that would be huge. Yep. We'll continue visiting with head coach Danny Stiff and players and fans here at Pasquali's Pizza in the Bearcat Den here on Coleman's Live 95. We're also live on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. Still got time for you to come by and join us as well. We're at Pasquali's Pizza, Highway 31 here in Coleman. Don't forget, tomorrow night you can hear the Bearcats and the Patriots right here on Coleman's Live 95. Dylan Diemert and Nick will be along for the broadcast tomorrow night right here on Coleman's Live 95. Then we got 3 more games for you on Friday night. We'll have Good Hope at Fife, we'll have Haleyville at West Point, and we'll have Pisgah at Fairview. All right here on the Coleman Community Radio family of stations. Back in the Bearcat Den in a moment here on Coleman's Live 95.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Tisha Brewer will make it easy and affordable to help protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles, and because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Coleman Community Radio, powered by Coleman's Live 95, is your home for Friday Night Live. Nobody covers more high school football in Coleman County than Coleman Community Radio, powered by Coleman's Live 95. Go to your favorite app store and download the Coleman's Live 95.5 app. Then select the channel of the game you want to hear. Thursday night, hear Coleman at Bob Jones. And Friday, hear Pisgah at Fairview, Haleyville at West Point, or Good Hope at Fife. Visit live95coleman.com for more information on channel assignments, this week's schedule, and to grab our mobile app. Coleman County High School Football on Coleman's own Live 90 Bearcat Den, live at Pasquali's Pizza on Highway 31 here in Coleman. I'm Tommy Warhurst alongside Coleman head coach Danny Stiff. We're live on Coleman's Live 95. We're live on Coleman's Live 95 Facebook page as well. And to all the folks, all the Bearcat fans and players who are here at Pasquali's Pizza, thanks for coming out for our inaugural night of the Bearcat Den. We are back in Pasquali's Pizza, where if you talk to people, Coach, talking to people back in Coleman 30 years ago, this was the place where the Coleman Bearcats had pregame meals over the years. This was the place where they came after the games. It closed down for a few years for reconstruction. It is back bigger and better than ever. And we're joined now by Savannah Williams, one of the managers here at Pasquale. Savannah, thanks for stopping by. Hold that up there close so folks can hear you. Get it on up there. Tell us a little bit about Pasquale. You grew up here. Talk about the old Pasquales back in the day.
Ago, and they're always being booths. Miss Donna sitting up at the front, taking orders and doing all of it. So it's definitely changed.
from back then.
Talk about the new Pasqualies now, some of the new services and features that you've got.
I think it's awesome that we've got servers now. It's grew a lot in the past few months. We've got people that come from out of town and all kinds of stuff. So
talk about some of the things that remain the same. We still got video games kind of back in the corner where they were in the day.
Pac-Man machine, all of the sandwiches and stuff have stayed the same. The recipes have stayed the same. We've added a couple of new things. Just growing.
What's been the biggest hit since you've reopened?
The people, all of the people coming and everything.
Talk about Pasqualies during the week. I know there's a buffet tomorrow night. Talk about different features each day.
So on Thursday nights, we have it from 5 to 9, the buffet. We have it every day from 11 to 2, and then on Sundays from 11 to 3 for church. So we stay open a little bit later.
Well, Miss Savannah, we are very thankful to you and Taylor and all the folks here at Pasquali's Pizza for allowing us to come in here and do the Bearcat Den and for taking care of all these players and fans on the inside. I think we're just going to grow each and every week, so prepare the folks on Wednesday night.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah. Savannah Williams, one of the managers here at Pasquali's Pizza. If you have not been into the new Pasquali's, I'd like to invite you to come by and check out Pasquali's. They reopened a while back. Recipes, as Savannah said, the food is still just as good as it was back in the day. And, Coach, it feels good to me. I'm not a local Colemanite, just like yourself, but it feels good to me to have Bearcat football and Bearcat football players back at the same place they were years ago. The athletes who came through Coleman High School that played and had their pregame meals here now have kids, sons, and daughters in the band and on the football team and cheering that are coming back and enjoying the moment where they were.
And that's one thing that's great about a town like this. All those people probably still live here, most of them, you know? So it kind of just reunites the past, the present, and the future together. And I've actually been here before. Back in 2011, we came here for a fall camp, and we brought the team here. And I was really excited when it reopened. So I think it's just this kind of place is perfect for this kind of community. Where you have a community spot that people know and go to, and they got good food too. So I love this. I think this is awesome.
Coach, we talked about Bob Jones coming up tomorrow night. I don't want to look ahead too much, but I do want to kind of preview the season a little bit in the last few moments that we've got here at Pasquali's in the Bearcat Den. We go to Bob Jones tomorrow night, then we come home for the first home game since last fall, with the first 2 games this year on the road. Talk a little bit about what we need at Oliver Woodard and Mortimer Jordan coming up in a few weeks.
Well, Mortimer Jordan last year was a game I thought we played really well. I thought they had a really, really good football team last year, especially offensively. They had a great quarterback who I thought he went to Delta State, but I thought he was a much higher level player. He could run, and the way he threw the ball was great. And they had a great running back last year. So, having said all that, I thought we played one of our better games. A few plays go here and there, and I think we win that game. And that's one I kind of took personally. I've got a bitter taste in my mouth about last year at Mortimer Jordan and kind of how it played out. And I haven't been shy about telling the players that either. I think one of the first team meetings we had this year, I brought up them and I brought up Athens, about 2 games that I thought we could have easily won last year. It was just a play or two, and we just weren't to that point. We didn't get it. So that's been a huge emphasis for me. So you don't try to make things personal. Too personal in this game. Those are 2 games that I personally want really bad. And Athens and Mortimer Jordan, both of those games.
Well, speaking of Athens is continuing to be in the region. We add Jasper in the region this year, along with Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, Columbia, and Decatur. Talk a little bit about your region.
Well, what's funny is Jasper was the one non-region game I already had scheduled.
Yeah.
So once they came to the region, it was just back to square one almost. They added a team, so I had to keep building that schedule. But I think there's such great coaching in this region. I have a lot of respect for a lot of the coaches, and Coach Reeves over at Jasper is definitely one of them. That I think that you got to bring your A game every week in this region. And, playing Clay Chauvel the first round in the playoffs last year, I came and told the kids right after that, the first team meeting again we had where I talked about the other schools, but you got to be in the top 2 of this region if you want to make a playoff run. You can't be in the 4th seed and play the 1 seed from some other region, because the 6A North is just pretty challenging in general. If you want to put yourself in a position to make a run in the playoffs, you can't be the 4th seed. So, you got to finish 1 or 2. And that's really the goal. I mean, is win the region and then make some noise in the playoffs. So, but to win the region, you've got to be a very good football team, and you got to show up every week, because any of these teams can beat you.
Good leaders and good coaches surround themselves with good people to help them out. Talk about your coaching staff.
Oh, the coaching staff's awesome. I mean, not only are they good coaches, but they're just fun to be around. Coach Gleaton is an amazing offensive coach. And I'm sure people have, just like all coaches, everybody in the stands has an idea, but you really don't know how hard this guy works, how smart he is. I knew Coach Gleaton before I came here. We had talked some football before, and then I sat down to talk to him about the offensive coordinator spot. And it was about 5 minutes into it where I could tell me and him see football eye to eye. We talk football all the time, plays, X's and O's and stuff like that. And me and him have never drawn up on a board. We can both visualize what each other's saying.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated having him there.
How is he doing health-wise after the accident back in the summer? Some of the coaches in a car accident coming back from
he's still got issues that we're working around. And, we got his golf cart out at practice. I told him we can load the golf cart on the trailer for the games because he did a little more walking around last week. Luckily, he's in the box for the games. However, we got to make that work. It's got to work. We got to have Coach Gleaton there. He really is the brains behind the offense and makes that whole show go. And for me, I can put more into the defensive side, kind of fill in where I'm needed because I trust Coach Gleaton so much. I usually watch film. I'll watch film on Saturday and come in on Sunday, and he's got the same ideas I've got about how to attack their defense. So, there's a great staff: Coach Campbell, Coach Hackbarth, Coach Adams, Coach Pounds. We've got Taylor Britt out here helping us out. David Brown's kind of run the freshman offense. So a lot of good coaches on that side. And then, Coach Espin, who the kids have already mentioned as our strength coach, is a fantastic defensive line coach, which is the O-line and D-line coaches are probably 2 of the most important positions that you have out there on the field. So those coaches really have to be great coaches, and they are. And then, Coach Hoppers came back this year. He took a year off last year and then came back this year. And I think that's really just pieced the whole staff together. And he's just an awesome guy to be around too, and a great football coach. And Coach Culver in the secondary, he picks up on things about as fast as anybody I've ever been around. He's a young coach that learns as quick as you can tell him, which I really appreciate. And Coach Pitzing helps Coach Espin with the D-line, and he's just he's a great guy. He learns quick. He's got a super great work ethic. I just love this coaching staff, and I enjoy being around them. You spend so much time with these people. You better enjoy being around them. I've been on coaching staffs in Alabama that half the coaches didn't really like each other.
Yeah.
And it just makes for a weird dynamic. So I love that we're as much of a brotherhood as the kids are, and we're as a team just like they are. And they're also just good men for these kids to be around. And if I was a parent, I would love to have our coaching staff for my child as well.
What about Scott Lockridge and Tyler Bird? Not Tyler Bird.
Jordan.
Sorry,
yeah. Oh, they're awesome. I think there's a little dynamic between trainers and head coaches usually. Me and Scott get along great, just because he does a good job. But both of them do, and they're just on top of what they do. They know a lot more about that stuff than I do, so I default to them as the medical professionals. So they just do a great job. The other person on staff too that doesn't probably get mentioned of is Aaron Tidwell, that basically does all the head coaching stuff that I'm not good at. All right, she handles my dragonfly, the eligibility stuff. She just does everything. She's a jack of all trades, and I don't know if I could do my job as effectively as I do without her, because she takes care of so many things and lets me focus on football. And she's just awesome. She really is just great, and I'm sure you've had dealings with her too.
I was going to get you to brag on her because she has been a superstar for me coming in last fall after the passing of my friend David Sarge Drake and being asked to come back to Coleman. She has been the go-to that's gotten me anything I needed as far as information for you guys, access to you, and so forth. Yeah, she's an asset to you and your staff.
Oh
for sure.
my gosh, like huge asset. People wouldn't even know from the outside looking in all that she does, but I couldn't do it without her. I really couldn't. And then just the booster club. Jeff Knopp is amazing. I don't have to go out and raise money. I haven't gone and asked anybody for money. All right, and he never tells me no on anything that I need. So he does a great job handling all that. And it's another aspect of the head coaching job that can take you away from football. So I've got a ton of just great people around me, including the administration, that lets me focus on football and these kids. And I get to actually do my job. And I really enjoy that. And I enjoy everybody that I work with a lot.
Coach, before we get out of here for week one of the Bearcat Den here from Pasqualies, I want to take a moment, and I'm sure you do too, and thank Mr. Devin Allen. He provided team meals tonight for all the players.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Allen, for your support of Bearcat Athletics, and I know Coach and the players all appreciate that.
I mean, tremendous appreciation for that. This is just awesome. I told these guys after practice that, they were going to get free Pasqualies tonight, and I bet a lot more of them came out. So I'm glad that they get that. It's nice just to have a former player, somebody from here, that's kind of bringing back some of the traditions that meant a lot to them, and that means a lot to me. I think you've really got to, especially in a town like this, appreciate the people that have come before, and kind of have done things and what they do for you in the current time. There's so much support here that it's overwhelming at times. It really is, and it's just part of this job I love. And people like that are what makes this place great. And he's awesome for this. And there's a lot of people around here that support us, and he's definitely one of them.
And Bearcat fans, if you're listening or if you're watching us on Facebook, this could be an opportunity for you. We're going to be here every Wednesday night, 5:30 to 6:30. It would be awesome if our community stepped up and offered to feed this team just like it happened 30 years or so ago. We're bringing back I'm getting goosebumps, Coach. I love football season.
I love it.
But we're bringing back a lot of traditions that were here between Pasquali's Pizza and Coleman High School, and Coleman's Live 95 is proud to be a part of it. We'll have the game for you tomorrow night as the Bearcats go up to take on Bob Jones. Dylan Deemert and Nick will have the broadcast for you tomorrow, beginning about 6:45 here on Coleman's Live 95. Then on Friday night, we've got Good Hope at 5. We've got Haleyville at West Point, and we also have Pisgah at Fairview on the Coleman Community Radio family of stations. Well, I'm Tommy Warhurst for Coach Danny Stipp. Ben Conway was with us this afternoon, and Preston Gay. If you missed it, we'll have this uploaded on our Coleman's Live 95 YouTube page, hopefully the next few days or so.
Hey, and thank you, man, for what you do, and how you spotlight these kids in our program. You put it out there, and you do a great job with it. So I appreciate everything you do for us too.
Thank you, sir. I enjoy doing it. I want to make my goal, as long as this is my 35th year of either broadcasting games on the radio or doing some kind of announcing. And ever since day one, I've wanted to make the games in the stadium or on the radio as big time for players and fans as we can. And as long as the Lord lets me do it and gives me the gift to do it, that's what I want to do.
You're great at it. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach. That's going to wrap up the Bearcat Den week one here from Pasquali's Pizza. We'll be back here next Wednesday night, 5:30 to 6:30. We'll catch you on Facebook, and we'll catch you live on Coleman's Live 95 as well. You can catch the game tomorrow night right here on Coleman's Live 95 with Dylan Deemert and Nick. Until next time, we're checking out for the Bearcat Den here at Pasquali's Pizza.
I'm going to